Little room with a fire in it and that. We have a
let's
fire.
assemble as Avengers.
Hola. This is the meeting table.
I sleep on here.
Is that so?
Yeah, sometimes.
Pizza box. It's Max's pillow, that.
Pepperoni's been squashed.
That's why it's
He's
propped
got
up.
A fucking 10-inch margarita for a pillow, bro.
Wait, I want a pepperoni pizza. What the hell?
Wait, is this everyone who's awake?
Yep.
Yeah.
I think so.
Alright.
By the way, if anybody need a radio, there you
Oh,
go.
Yeah, that's mine. No worries.
You can have it if you want to.
Okay. I only know what's gone on through Terry so far. What is the sitch, Dre, from your angle? Not that I doubt that Terry's told the truth. It's just nice to get multiple, views.
Of what happened out the front?
Yeah, just the rundown of the basic points of what the fuck happened.
So Luke pulls up.
Actually, sorry, no, 2 secs. Luke, you tell me what happened at the barrio
Yeah, it'd
first.
be better from him.
Right, go on then. So, I've called Shazzy, yeah, see what she's doing. Just chat to her for a bit, whatever. And she's like, oh, I don't know if anyone's told you. I think she said she spoke to you. She gave you my chip or whatever. And
Yeah, I got it on me.
Yeah. And anyway, like, oh, I'm chilling with Vagos now. So I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm going to come see you, me do a wheel spin on grass, like taking piss. And then I pulled up to chat to her for a bit because I was bored, but I had nothing to do. So I'm there chatting to her. And then I'm like, what would happen if I did a wheel spin on grass then? And that Santi's come over. He's like, oh, if Shazza don't beat you up, I will. So I'm like, let's have a look at this grass that you love so much. Yeah, I'm looking at it. I'm like, bro, you've got litter in your grass, like cans and bottles and boxes in it and that. Like, your grass is wank. I'm just fucking about, yeah. Then he's like, nah, but it's my shit grass and that. So anyway, I started fucking about it saying, yeah, I'll scran it, me. So I've ate a mouthful of his grass, yeah. This is the level we're at. We were just creasing, bruv. I'm eating his grass, bruv. And we're all laughing. And then as I went to leave, I did a little wheel spin on grass, yeah, and they've all ran over. And they're like kicking my van and punching it and that. So but they're like laughing. I'm laughing. I'm like, bro, move out the way. I'm leaving. And then some fucking ginger woman's come sprinting over, gone to punch my van. At this point, I'm driving, bro. She's tried to 1v1 the van and lost, bro. I drove here, yeah. And then
As you'd expect with a van.
Yeah. So then they've turned up here and they're like, oh, you ran her over. Someone can carry on now because at this point we're at Grove Street. That's what's happened at Barrio anyway. I ate some grass and then did a wheel spin on it, bro.
So they jump out the vehicle, right? They jump out the whipski.
Wait, just a question though, real quick. So you're at their ends and it's on a crease, like them lot are just on a creasing thing. Like they're not actually vexed that you were on the grass, or were they actually checking you about being on the grass?
No, there were a big circle of him, and I was talking to Shazza. Then I went in my head for like 30 seconds, come back, Shazza were gone, and some fucking Vagos geezers next to me, like, yo, who's this? I'm like, yo, I'm just speaking to Shazza, bro. And he's like, oh, yeah. And then I'm like, yeah, your grass is wank. I'll eat it, brother, and just started fucking eating mouthfuls of his grass. Brother, I would just, brother, that's how bored I were, bro. I was there when I creased. I didn't pull up saying, yeah, your grass is shit. Fuck the Vagos, bro. You know what I mean?
Oh.
So when you left, yeah, it was on like a,
Now, soon I was laughing when I did a wheel. As soon as my tire touched grass, they all started fuming, bro.
Oh, so they were actually serious when they were badding up your car and shit.
Oh, some of them were laughing, like Shazza and that other guy were laughing, and then some of them, they all just flocked to my van, bro, like fucking 6 of them, 7 of them just
Yeah,
kicking
it'll
it
be
in.
the ones that ain't that tapped in that would have been creasing. The other ones probably more vexed.
Yeah. But the ones that like were vexed, bro, the ones that weren't stood with me and Santi and Shazza eating grass, bro, they just thought it was some random guy spinning on the grass.
Out the door.
Gigi.
Can we please have a war over a grass? That would be so fucking funny. Let's do it for
but
blood.
it's also pointless, like warring over grass.
Yeah, let's do it for blood, for fun.
War is a heavy word. War don't get declared unless there's some mad shit going on.
It's mad. It's over your grass.
So all right. So they pulled up to here. Continue, Jay.
Oh, so yeah, they pulled up to jump out the whip. They're like, and I'm like, yo, they're pulling up right now. They jump out and they're on some type of energy already. They're like, you know, oh yeah, you run back here, you know, oh, you run here. And then Santi starts saying some crazy shit like, oh yeah, you run back here, now you're like a big man because your boys are here and shit like that. You run back to your, you know, you run back here type shit.
Quite literally.
So anyways, they're just talking back and forth. I immediately run behind a house that's next to here. I go on the radio like, yo, like Vagos are here. Like people pull up just in case something happens. Pull up right now. Terry run behind too. He's telling me to get out there quick. I'm like, I bet. I run back out there. Luke and Santi are saying words and shit. Next minute, Santi pulls out a knife and starts chasing Luke. Luke's like, are you all right, bro? Like, are you good? And then he just starts stabbing Luke. And immediately, as soon as that happened, I just pulled my wrench out and started going and ham on everybody.
Wait, so why did he back out the knife and try to stab you? What did you like? What was the exchange?
Because he's like, oh, you just come running back in, and now you're a big boy when you're in front of your boys and that, but you've just ran away like a girl and that. I'm like, well, what did you expect me to do? 6 year kick in my van, bro, like it were a joke. And he's like, nah, this isn't a joke, it's disrespectful.
So they kind of chased you back to the block.
They didn't chase me, right? I drove around for a little bit and that, and I rang Shazza. I'm like, what the fuck is that, bro? Because that passionate about grass. And she's like, oh, well, yeah, it's kind of their thing. And I'm like, well, if he wants to fucking talk about his grass, give me his number, or he knows where I live. He can come and see me like it's fucking grass. I thought, yeah, they were going to pull up and do a wheel spin on our grass, or I were going to have to fight Santi or some shit, bruv. The guy started just trying to bitch me, and I'm like, bruv, why are you trying to stand on your car and belittle me like I'm a dickhead? Then he went, oh, I see how it is, and just pulled a knife out and just fucking started flying towards me, bruv.
Was Lex there?
Terry, also,
Lex
Terry
went there. I spoke to Lex.
Watch your energy coming down here and shit like that. You know, because they were talking out of pocket, you know, and like Terry corrected him. Like, you know, you don't be coming down here on that disrespectful shit type shit, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, they already did when they started queffing, man, on our doorstep.
Yeah.
After they attacked Luke, I downed Santi and 2 other people, and then Dre downed the last person from one car. Yeah. The second after that, the other car pulled up with 2 other people, and they started swinging as well, bro.
Yeah,
So it was like a full coordinated thing then.
It was like
they set up to come down for smoke. It
extra
weren't a
2
conversation.
people came down, yeah.
Yeah.
Some guy. Obviously, Terry's pulled his fucking shot someone. Some guys come fucking running out of the car with a wrench.
Yeah, I can't hear you.
I didn't really want to say that part loud. Some guys ran at Terry with a wrench, yeah, and just fucking wigged him. So obviously I've whacked him, and then everyone was just down. It's like, what the fuck's going on? So it was just too much trouble. It was mad.
It were a shambles, bro.
It were a shambles.
What's happened in between that and now? What's happened?
Well, after everybody was down, I practically robbed everybody. Santi on the ground was saying, you know, why we gotta go to like the robbing and shit like that? Why are we going there? I'm like, bro, like you literally stabbed somebody down here.
Yeah, I'm gonna be completely real with you. Yeah, Santi is probably one of the most skunked criminals I've ever crossed paths with. I used to have a USB stick of fucking screenshots of notes, yeah, that he gave to the leader of Mortel, where he was like, hey, I'm sorry if this is a bit mushy, but I just want to tell you how much I love you and how much you mean to me. The guy is a fucking pussy, bro. Like, I don't know what he's on about.
Wow.
Oh no.
It was deep as well. It wasn't even just that.
What?
It was
I
paragraphs
remember
now.
that. I remember
Bro,
that.
it was like
Cindy,
5
right?
fucking... Bro, I swear to God, bro. I
Bro.
swear to God, I've made a USB with all the images of all of the shit that he'd been saying to Cindy that was mad, like, just soft. And I started blackmailing him. He was selling coke for no money because he didn't want his gang to find out that he was talking like that to Cindy.
Oh, so that's why he kept hitting me up about like selling coke. That makes a lot of sense now.
Bro, I'm telling you, the guy's a muppet, and then he tries to beef you over his grass, bro. Like, I don't understand that guy. So what? He was the one that was on the energy then, by the sounds of it.
She's like, oh, you've run me over.
Up as well, but I put her in a place because she tried to hop out the car and smoke. So I said, like, chill the fuck out.
Yeah, she was like, oh, nah, fuck the grass. You've ran me over though, and I'm like, well, you've tried to 1v1 my van. Like, what do you expect me to do? Like, you've lost to a 3-ton van like that. So
yeah, she was on that energy, and like as soon as Terry corrected her, like she shut up a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. And then that's when Santi started taking over and like started talking like hella shit on the like down here, you know.
So who spoke to Lex? You spoke to Lex, Luke, innit, after?
Yeah.
What happened there?
So obviously, when they're all down, yeah, Dre's rinsed them all. Like, took radios, weapons, cash. They didn't even put. They were all on barrier selling weed. They didn't even put the weed away. They got all the weed nicked off them and that. And then I think Matt was saying, "Oh, let's come up with an amount of money to like tell them to give us and that for disrespect." Terry and a few of us were like, "Oh fuck that, let's just ride out and go and chin him." So I was like, "Well,"
No,
and then,
Terry
and then
wanted
I think it was saying
20K.
like, "Oh well, it happened to Luke. Like, what do you want to do?" And I was like, "Well, let me just fucking speak to him first and see what they're on." So then rang Shazza, got Lex's number, rang him, and I'm like, "I want to know what's happening down there now. Like, what you're lot are saying, because I've got some people saying they want money, some people saying they want to just come and spray you all up. Like, what's going off?" And he was like, "Listen, I'm not trying to war anyone."
Walter, you'll be
I
awake
said,
for
"I'm never that
24
guy
hours.
to pay my way out of beef."
Jeez.
But same time, like you man have got guns. We don't want to war you. All we do is sit here and sell little bits of weed. If you man want to roll down and attack us, obviously we'll defend ourselves, but you're just going to be farming us for bits of weed. Like his idea, he said my idea is just to leave it. Like you have obviously took all that shit off us, what's worth like a fair bit of money to us. We ain't going to pay you nothing. You just keep that. I'll tell my boys they're not getting the shit back and just to leave it. So I'm like, yeah, all right, then just is what it is. I don't want to quit rolling up on people that are selling weed and nicking 10 bags of weed off them, bruv. Like, I just said, if you want to leave it, then just leave it.
See, so this is where I said to Terry, right? The issue is we had a situation similar with this with his key shit, right? Obviously, a resolution in Lex's eyes has been laid out to him right now. In his head, shit's calm. If I was around, obviously I wasn't, which is on me, but what I would have said we would have done is we would have fucking gone and done one clapback, like outside of the whole them pulling up on our doorstep thing. Maybe wait a little bit, let them get pushing, you know, hit another lick on them, whatever. And then you hit them with an ultimatum after that. Because you've got that one get back, everyone's satisfied, you've done your thing to them, and then you can hit them with a, this is what we want, you know, we'll leave it here. And to be honest, I wouldn't have even said money. In an ideal world, we could have done that, had that one over on them, and then said to them while they was down, and like, while we're getting them help, right, now we're going to buy that house on Jamestown, and that's going to be calm with you lot. And then that could have been our thing.
Yeah.
But the issue we now have is, in theory, Lex is seeing it as the Manor have squared it off with us. Obviously, he doesn't know that we hadn't had a conversation altogether. So it's now in this messy area of, if we go and do something, it's like we've told them it's done, to then go and do something that looks messy, which was the same situation as the Kid. But from what Terry was saying, it sounds like no one could make a decision, so everyone was just making decisions by himself. And I do not want us to be a group that has to wait for me to be around or has to wait for Steve to be around. But realistically, if you can't come to a group decision, then you will just have to wait. Like, if you lot want to come to a group decision yourself and do it, and you've all agreed on it, then, bro, you don't need to come to me. You don't need to come to Steve. It makes sense. Everyone's agreed, right? But if you can't agree, wait an hour, wait 2 hours, wait however long it is, and then we can make a decision there. Because now we're at this awkward point where some people want to do something and others want to do something else.
You wanted to pay him 10K. That was that.
The thing is, yeah, we agree. Like, we couldn't make a decision, so me and Sam went our separate ways. The plan was to leave it, but then still people have gone off and made their own decisions. No one listens and people interrupt. That's the issue.
Go on, Luke.
So I said to Terry, I'm like, listen, if the guy chats shit to me on phone, then we'll go and fucking blow him away. And I was saying, like, if the guy would have said, all right, I'll give you 10K, I'd have gone and collected it, whatever. But to me, bruv, 10K, to everyone here, bruv, you know, for a gang to pay 10K is fuck, bruv. If you're going to ask him for 10K, you may as well just fucking leave it, bruv. 10K is fuck all, bruv. I get it's a principle and that, but, bruv, you should have heard the guy on the phone. He was basically saying, I don't want it. We don't want a war. We don't want a clapback. We've got fuck all for you. Let's just leave it, bruv. The guy, he was just bending his knee on phone, I'll be honest. The guy would have
but that's why that conversation should have happened after the clapback, right? Because in that scenario, obviously he's gonna want to cop out there. Like, he's come to our house, he's disrespected us, he's put people down in front of our fucking where we sleep. He's then obviously gonna be on the phone like, oh yeah, you know what? Just keep the weed. Like, they probably don't care about what they had on them. It might have been a lick, it might not have been. Like, for them, that's the easy out, right? They can say that. Whereas if we put off that conversation, do something as our one get back, one and done, and then you say, right, we get this house, there'll be no problems from it. Like, we can live in section 1, and then it's done there.
Yeah, that was my thinking of, like, that's why I told Matt, like, which is just to leave it instead of, like, going to talking to them.
Because I can now call him and be like, we want this house in section 1, no problems. That's what we want. Like, that's what I've decided we want from this. But then it's just going to make us look mad messy because it's been squared off, and then I'm calling him up an hour afterwards, changing my mind.
I said this the same, and I was like, once the decision's been communicated to them, we just have to allow it. We have to stand by what everyone else said.
Yeah, and we sat in a circle fucking arguing about the decision, which there shouldn't even be arguing in the first place.
Well, then today, if that's the case, then yeah, it needs to be agreed with everyone. It needs to be clear. Like, if there is not a group decision, if people can't unify on one idea, then just wait until there's someone who can make the decision. Because otherwise, it's just going to cause situations like this where it's been deaded when it low key we could have gained something out of it. Because you got to look at it like this, right? As much as they might not want it, bruv, we're a bunch of cunts. If we can gain something from it, and we've only got to go smoke on one more time and we can get something out of it, why wouldn't we? Like, they step to our doorstep. Like, there's always a way we can benefit ourselves out of them fucking up. They know, as soon as they've done that, guarantee they know they're fucked up.
Well, I was kind of expecting him, bro, to start giving it me on phone, and then I'd be like, right, Terry, the guy's chatting shit, let's go and fucking deal it, like, do him in then, you know what I mean? But the guy just flapped it on phone, bro, it?
No, the thing is with
Lex,
Lex,
though, you've played right into his hands, though, bro.
Yeah, Lex is like, I've known Lex for a very long time. I know the way he operates. He'll tell you what you want to hear, so he can just avoid any type of issues down there, so they can continue to grow. That's how they operate. They try to they hold down the barrio like hella hard and make sure nobody go there or nobody live there, like super hard in Section 1. But they'll tell you what they wanted to hear. I know that from Lex. Like, that's
bro, 100% he's gonna do that.
Well,
why would he not?
It's not even Lex, bro. It's gang 101 shit.
Yeah, they know if you know you're fucking punching up, you're not gonna want them to do anything, are you? You're gonna obviously try and suppress it.
That's good though.
If I can say something, it's just like, for me, sometimes I feel like we need to be more, you know, not trying to talk with everybody and fucking sort shit out. Sometimes we just have to roll on them, like, you know. Sometimes I feel like we shouldn't actually speak with people to try and sort shit out, because they come into our thing and fucking beating us down. That's something that's fucking disrespectful, no matter how it started. It's them just fucking stepping on our ground, yo. If we did the same shit, they would be on us, bro. And I feel like sometimes we just can't fucking try to be like, oh, can we talk about it and find a resolution? No, sometimes we just have to fucking roll on them and show them what's good, so they don't disrespect us anymore. That's how I feel about it.
I can't lie,
right now,
though.
they feel like we want to just talk about it and they can talk with us. But no, we have to show some balls sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that's what I was trying to do with the 10K thing, because it's small in a group yet. Let me finish what I'm saying, please.
Let me talk.
When they pull up to us, they get smoked. Rolling out straight away and smoking them again does absolutely nothing. If you go to them and give them an ultimatum, yeah, if it's principled, though, you give them an ultimatum, it literally says you man are gonna pay for what you've done, and if they pay it, be what it be, we've proved the point, and they probably won't want to do it again because there's a consequence there. Like, that's the thing with it.
The thing is,
and that was the whole point of the 10K.
The issue is, it's not even what you're talking about, Kylie. Like, with a pinch of salt, that can be right, but it's not about that. It's about patience. The issue is, right, if someone does something to us,
yeah, I mean,
it has to be dealt with right that second. The reason why we now have a predicament of we've told them one thing and some people want to do another is because we couldn't wait an hour, 2 hours. Not everything needs to be done right that second.
So if multiple people
okay, let's go. It can be a right.
About it,
5 of us want to smoke and 3 of us don't. We can't make our minds up. Oh, SK will be around in 2 hours. Steve's going to be around an hour. We'll wait and then we'll get a decision and we'll do it. Like, it doesn't need to be done right there in the heat of the moment, because at that point, no one's going to agree. So that all I need from you lot is to know that if there's not a group decision, you just have to wait.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that, like, if I wake up here and you've made a decision as a group that I think, oh, I probably wouldn't have done that, I'm not going to be pressed, because if every single one of you is like, yeah, that's what we want to do, then I can't fault you for that. If it's split, it's just going to cause so many issues. You've got to be on the same page with it. In terms of now, though, I know there's going to be people that are unsatisfied. I low-key want to hit him up and be like, look, we want to get a house on Jamestown, not necessarily right now, but when we want another house, that's where it's going to be. You know, because of what happened, just let us grab it.
Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah.
It don't even need to be like we buy it right now. It could be in 6 months' time. But if we just fucking, you know what I mean? It's like it makes them go back on something they said to us that pissed me off. Like in my head, to me, my pettiness is satisfied by the fact that they came on energy and didn't want us to have that house, and then they've bended the knee and said we can.
Yeah, no, I back that.
That makes sense.
But like also, if that's the lane we go with, I would have liked to have done something if the conclusion wasn't drawn so early. But next time next time if there's a Vagos issue, like it should roll, right?
Is that hesitation?
The word war gets thrown around a lot, but one thing I'll tell you about us, there would never be a war unless it is a genuinely like solid build up and valid reason for it being a long lasting conflict, right? So when Vagos do something, they already have 2 instances behind them that they've already done. There's more fuel to a war with the Vagos than there is fuel to a war with fucking Saints, right? Like, let what they've done in the past continue to stack and build if it does. I don't think that, I hope they don't do nothing, but they might turn around to me and they might say, nah, fuck that. You ain't getting a house. And then in which case, it brings us to a different point, but
fucking getting it.
No, I just don't want like people to
say
that we are just fucking weak. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
Like,
but to be honest with you, Kylie, that mentality you need to leave, because the only people who is going to sit there and spend time thinking, are we strong or are we weak, is people who are wasting time and ain't getting shit done. If you've got enough time to sit and worry about your own strength, it doesn't matter. Just let your actions prove your point, innit? You don't need to sit and dwell. Do people think I'm strong? Do people think I'm weak? Give a fuck what they think. Show them, innit?
That's what I'm trying to say. Like, we should show them like we are not the ones to fucking push, you know.
They're on the phone to Luke already, and they're on a back foot. Like it's already. That's what I'm saying. The nail's been put in that coffin. Do I think prematurely? Yeah, but it has. It's just the facts.
Yeah. And personally, it's one of those things too. It's that we have to make sure we're all on the same page. If we're not on the same page, it's gonna make us look weak. To be fair, because if there's people who want to roll out, if there's people who want to roll out and like go clap them, but then there's people who want to just wait and talk, it's just not gonna look good for us.
Why I said to Terry that he should wait for somebody like SK or C to fucking before we do anything. Like that's why I said to him.
Yeah, and that's right. And ultimately, now everyone has learned their lesson from that, right? Because now you didn't wait, and now the conclusion's been drawn earlier than it could have been had you waited. So that's the lesson learned from that. Like next time, if you can't meet a conclusion, then you wait, and then the likelihood is it will be something that will be a decent resolution for everyone.
Yeah.
But what if every time there's gonna be somebody who's gonna be like hesitant and like, oh, I don't want to like do anything to them, and other parts are going to like want to roll.
Then we remember the conversation that we had here today.
Yeah, and then you say the context to me, and then I will go, oh yeah, you know what, we're rolling them, or I'll go, nah, I don't think it's worth it. It comes down like I'm gonna apply logic to it. Like every situation has different context, innit? Like a HOA one, I woke up on the energy of they murked us on our own doorstep, right? Let's go do something. But then I got it explained to me, and I was told that they was moving mad nice, and there was this whole deal. The context matters, because with Vagos, I would have wanted to go and do something else, and there wasn't a reason not to. But now it's been, you know, put to bed.
Yeah.
Easy. Anyone got any concerns or qualms?
Nah, brother.
Fuck Vagos. That's all I want to say.
I just want to say, why couldn't the conversation earlier that we were trying to have like this, where people heard each other out instead of speaking over each other?
Everybody was heated. I think so.
No, it's because when
It's the
fucking
heat of the
Sparky or
moment.
Steve's not around, there's like a fucking power struggle. Everyone wants to tell each other what to do, and no one wants to agree with each other. One person wants to run off on his own and shoot him. No one else can be asked to talk, and they just drive off halfway through a sentence.
I was just wanting to do what any gang would do.
No one is in the wrong for having an opinion. Terry's not in the wrong for wanting to go roll on them, and then other people aren't in the wrong for wanting to think, what can we get out of this, right?
Yeah, no,
ultimately,
that's
what you
not
need to remember is, if me and Steve aren't here, every single one of you in this room that wears a mask is equal. Ain't none of you any more important than anyone else. Everyone's opinion is literally holds the same value. So like, I don't like, if there's anyone that is of the mindset that they hold more weight, or they can, you know, be more pushful and powerful in it, it ain't like that. It literally ain't. everyone
it's just
is
that
on
we
the
don't
same
all have
level.
the same train of thought. Like
You don't need
wants
to, though.
different outcomes and like different ways of doing
you don't
shit,
have to. It's just one of those things where you just need to be able to like listen to each other instead of talking over each other when people are we were trying to like, explain what their opinion is.
It comes down to disagreeing. It's not a disrespectful thing. If Matt disagrees with Luke, or if I disagree with James, doesn't mean we have to be being a prick to each other. We just have different opinions. If you can't work out a solution and you guys can't agree, that doesn't mean that you need to hate the person that's got the other opinion. It just means, all right, we can't agree. We'll just wait and let people who can make the decision do it.
No, I ain't gonna wait for anyone. Like I love everyone here, but like we're just.
No, yeah, I'm not
like,
saying you got hate. I'm just using that as an example. But ultimately, like, if it's something that continues to be a problem, then there'll have to be a system put in place. Up to this point, there ain't really been too much of an issue of if I'm not here or if Steve's not here. There's a struggle. But just work as a group. If that can't happen, then I'll have to do something else to make sure it works, innit?
Yeah, I think there was a lot of like up and down, like a lot of disagreements. Everyone had different mindsets. People wanted to roll out. People didn't want to roll out. People wanted to do like solutions. So none of like, I think all of them were right, to be honest. All of them. It's just the way that the execution on it was poor. Like everybody was yelling at each other and everything. For me personally, I didn't really mind what we did. If we roll out and clap them again, we roll out and clap them again. If we get no money, you know, if you want 5, 10, 30, 40, 100K, like it didn't really bother me. Whatever decision was made, I was just gonna do whatever everybody decided to do.
The issue is, bro, like you can have a conversation about what and disagree without it being an argument. The issue is when there's interrupting and there's people going, oh, we're meant to be a gang, you're a bitch if you don't want to roll out, and that's when issues start. You can have a conversation without that. Like it's just not needed.
You can even if there's any issue or tension and you really just need it spelled out, like just do a fucking vote. If there's 10 of you awake and 7 vote to do something and 3 don't want to do it, that 3 is just gonna have to swallow it and be like, right, there was a vote, and then go ahead with it. I don't think that's too difficult to coordinate. You go around one by one, everyone votes. If there's enough votes for it, then you go do what it is. If it's not, then you don't. Like,
I think that's
can't argue with that. And then afterwards, you can come to me or you come to Steve and you say, look, we voted on it. This was the decision. It was brought to him. We'll go, all right, cool, yeah.
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 All right.
Sweet.
Shut up, James.
Anything else?
So we roll on them now, or?
Well, I'm going to speak to Lex on the phone about this house and see the energy he comes with. If he comes with like an aggressive energy, then there'll be another like I'll let you all know what we're going to do, but let's see how he goes.
Drive-by.
Can I say a couple of things that are unrelated to
No, you
this?
can't, James.
Yeah, go
on. Firstly, please make sure that we get on RC car duty, so everyone do chopping, please, as much as you can. Secondly, we need as many materials as we can as well for more GPUs. So please, if you guys have the chance to get materials, then do that. Thank you.
For the last time, James Molding, I do not sell weed.
Yep. Not sell weed.
That's a big thing right there.
Ooh, I think that's a separate
And
conversation.
also, before Storm, I need to speak to Dre, Els, and Luke on some weed shit.
Yerp. I'll do it now, or if you want to make that phone call.
We should talk about that, 'cause I'm not gonna be around for 2 days.
Let's do the conversation first, and then I'll call Lex afterwards, because I want to make sure this is locked in while you're all awake.
Yeah.
No, my wide body.
Give me a ride to
Gigi, look at my wide body.
Oh, she's a two-seater.
I love it. How much was that?
I think Elsa was like 10 something.
Do you know what you need, Zane?
What?
To go to a mechanic shop and put that on it. Badly.
Is it bad?
It's pretty dirty.
Oh, I think I might do the blue headlights. You think that would be cool?
Yeah, and the blue underglow, obviously.
Yeah.